I've been speaking over this past number of weeks to the great, the good and the very talented of music, entertainment and indeed other fields as well, catching up and seeing how things are. I'm delighted to welcome on the programme a gentleman who has written absolute stacks upon stacks of great songs and great material. He is also involved with a band who are going an absolute storm. That's a new act called the Tumbling Paddies. I'm delighted to welcome on the programme Andy Cox. Andy, how are you?
I'm fine. Couldn't be better. How are you keeping yourself?
Not bad at all, Andy. Not bad at all. You're still keeping busy, keeping your hand in, and all the rest of us in your home in Petticoat and Donegal.
Yeah, I'm still writing away at songs. With this lockdown now, it gives me an opportunity to write even more songs. Usually I don't have time because I'd be before the lockdown I was out about 4 nights a week with the Tumbling Paddies, and between one thing and another I hadn't much time, but I suppose I had to take advantage of the lockdown when I had a bit of time and write a few songs, and I was doing maybe 1 or 2 a week there during the lockdown.
Wow. That's a lot.
So hopefully now, well, you could write 10 songs and you might only be happy with 2 of them, you know what I mean? But that's the way it goes.
Right. I mean, you've written many songs with Paul Kelly.
Yes, I've written a good few with Paul. Me and Paul writes. Paul lives about 4 miles away from me, so when he was going out on his own with his big band, we were chatting one night in the pub, and I was saying I could write an odd song, and I wasn't really involved in music, you know. I was telling him that I wrote a song that won a prize, so he said, try see, could we come up with one? So we co-wrote a song called So in Love, and he released it and it went well, and then he rang me a couple of weeks later and he says, you know, we'll try another one, and from that on we just rewrote away at songs. I usually do the lyrics for him and then he does the music and that, and we go to Jonathan Owens and gets them recorded. So that was the start of it. My first song actually, I was never involved in the music business up till about 6 years ago, or 7, maybe 7 years ago now, and I happened to go up to my nephew's one day and he played in a band, and they were doing a Bon Jovi song for a competition, and I read the instructions and it said you could enter an original song. So I said to them, why don't you enter an original song? They said they couldn't, and I said, God, 5 of you in a band, one of you could write a song. And the guy says to me, my nephew says, well, sure, if it's so easy, you try to write one. So I went away in the next room and old guitar and strummed in an old guitar and came back with a song, and they couldn't believe I was after writing it, and they were Googling YouTube and all looking for it. So they entered it and it actually won the competition. So only for that, me being in Monaghan that day, I probably never would have written a song.
Right, that's incredible.
Yeah, and since that now, that night I was chatting Paul, and I wrote the next song, and then I wrote one called Handle with Care, and a girl called Farah Bogle recorded it. Cleona Higgins recorded it there now, and since that then I've had about 60 or 70 songs recorded by different artists, you know.
Wow.
You know, and it's just another kind of thing, you know. There's not a wild pile of money out of it or anything, but it's enjoyable, and sure, if you get the big hits, you're laughing.
Right.
You know.
Well done.
On the mark, songs done very well for Paul, and Cut the Grass, and, you know, and I read a few for the Logs, and at the minute I'm writing away for the Tumbling Paddies, and so bit by bit we're getting there, and we just finished writing an album for the Tumbling Paddies. They're going very well at the minute. They were selling out all venues up and down the country in Ireland, you know. So just unfortunate this virus came along and stopped, but took the whole thing to a halt.
Right, indeed so. It's certainly changed the complete face of it. Now, you were actually managing the Tumbling Paddies. How did you come about that?
Well, when I wrote the first song or two for Paul, I kind of started getting into the music, and I'd done a bit of management with him, helping him out at the start. And then I went into, I was down in Ballycliffe with a girlfriend one night, and we just happened to go into a restaurant for a bite to eat, and we went into the pub next door, and there was a young band playing in it. And I just was listening to them. They were playing traditional music, and I got chatting to them afterwards, and they were saying they were all Ireland champions, flag champions, every one of them on their instruments, and I was impressed by them. Like, and you know, I was chatting to girlfriend on the way home, and I says I might have ring them lads tomorrow and see would they be interested in me managing them. So I rang them the next day, and I met up with them during the week, and we talked it over, and they agreed. So I got Oshin, a keyboard player, to join the band, because there were 5, now there's 6 in the band, and we released our first song, I guess, and then we released Pretty Girl, and it took off very well, Pretty Girl. And just bit by bit, the crowd started building, and I started promoting them and getting them gigs, and we got out of the pubs into the bigger venues, and bit by bit they just grew, and they built up a great fan base now, and of all ages, young and old, which is great, like, you know. And we over the last 2 years now, we built it up, so it's took off well, and we released several other songs. We done a duet. I got Derek Gray in to see would he do a duet with him, and he done a duet with him called On the Sesh.
Yes.
And then we released a song called Untold Story. It done well, and their latest single is Superstars and Superheroes.
And that's a song I believe you wrote.
Down well, very well at the minute. Yeah.
That's a song you actually wrote yourself, Andy, yes?
Yeah, I co-wrote that one with the Tumbling Paddies.
Right.
I wrote the lyrics and the lads, but the music to that one, I let them, because they're very good at the music. They're better at it than me. You know, every one of them, as I was saying, is won in All Ireland FLA medal for their instruments, you know.
That is fantastic. Yes, they were going down an absolute storm. A lot of notice, I'll have to say, being taken off them, and there must have been a sort of an electric atmosphere with them, you know, and the way that they were managing to capture the imagination, as you said, of all age groups.
Yeah, everybody seemed to like their music, young and old. Like the last gig just before the lockdown in the Allium Arms in Bundoran, it was a Sunday afternoon, and it was our first time to play in it, and the guys were afraid it might be all young people, because the lads in the band are aged from 17 to 22, and but they couldn't believe it. Like, there was 80-year-olds and 17-year-olds all coming in the door. Like, it was a real mixture of people, you know.
That is superb, absolutely superb. To get an age range like that is really unusual.
It is really unusual, yeah. We done a gig over in Liverpool one night too, and it was the same. But I'll tell you, most like we do concerts and stuff too, and you see young ones 15, 16, and people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, so you have the whole range from... So it's good too, it helps with the crowd when you have a wide range of audience listening to you, like, you know. I couldn't believe it myself, like, and the Allium that day, I was chatting to a woman, she was 82 years of age, and she knew every word of their songs.
Wow, that is something, you know.
And she travelled the whole way up from Clare to come to see them.
Wow, that is...
You know, so like, you have all ages, so it was... but it's just unfortunate they were taken off nicely, and then... this virus hit, and it's just stopped everything for everybody. So hopefully we'll get going again soon in some shape or form. We're doing a few drive-in concerts in July, but I'd like to get back out on the dance scene again.
Right, yes. And where are you doing the drive-ins, Andy?
We're doing one in Letterkenny, and we'll be doing one in Enniskillen.
Right.
Yeah, so we're going to see how they go, like, you know, so hopefully they'll be successful.
That sounds interesting, it definitely does.
Yeah, well, hopefully now there's a lot of organising to it and everything, but hopefully they'll be successful anyway, and it's just to get out and get doing something again, you know, because... it's hard when you're in the music business and you're used to being out every night and playing here, there and everywhere and travelling the country, and then all of a sudden just to come to a dead stop like that, you know, it's hard to get used to it. But I didn't mind it too much, because it gave me time to write more songs and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so it wasn't too bad, but it's still... affair being on the road, like, you know.
Indeed, yes. Well, you're taking advantage. You're maximising what you can possibly do, Andy, with the way things are.
Well, that's all we can do. Yeah, that's all we can do. We have a brilliant album wrote for the Tumbling Paddies, so it'll be a great album when it comes out. They have an EP out at the minute, but we have 7 or 8 more songs recorded there to finish off an album. We have them done and dusted. We're just waiting to release them one by one now, and we'll put the album out next year sometime.
Right. All the guys from the Tumbling Paddies, they come from Fermanagh.
Yeah, they all come from Fermanagh, yeah. They all live locally enough around Fermanagh, they all live within about 10 mile of one another, so it's handy. And they're all young lads, like Oisin, the keyboard player's only 17, the oldest is 22, so they're all young lads.
Indeed, that's superb, absolutely superb talent. And great.
Yeah, and they're mad about music. They're just dedicated to it. They play music morning, noon and night, So actually, John, the drummer in the band, he plays 9 instruments and he's All-Ireland champion on 3 of them.
Wow, that is talent.
And he plays the drums in the band. He plays none of the instruments and he's All-Ireland champion on.
Wow, that is incredible. Yeah, that is just...
So, they're very talented now for young lads,
Right, and you also had organised a visit that later on this year, remains to be seen will it happen, in Manchester.
Yeah, in the markets in Manchester. We were to play over there in September sometime, but I don't know if it's going ahead or not, but we like getting over to England. We were over in Liverpool last year and we had a great couple of nights, so we're hoping to get back over there this year, but it mightn't happen now, but sure, if it doesn't, we'll try to get over again next year.
Indeed.
A few nights.
Indeed, that's all one can do at the moment with the way that things are, But Andy, listen, it's been fascinating catching up with you, I'll have to say, and I wish you continued success with your songwriting endeavours. I mean, you've written a huge amount of material at this stage, and also good luck.
Yeah, about, I don't know how many exactly, but I was counting one time about 6 months ago. I have about 68 or 69 recorded by different artists.
Wow, that is a huge
around between Ireland and England and 1 or 2. Georgetta Jones recorded a song too, Tammy Wynette and George Jones' daughter. She done a song I wrote, so it's an interesting, kind of thing. I only started about 7 years ago, so it was just by fluke, as I say. I got into it, and I like it now. And I used to be walking on a building site, and I'd be singing songs, and guys would be saying to me, who sings that song? And I'd be saying I just made it up myself, and they'd be saying, they wouldn't believe me,
Right.
And sure, I never writ them down or never thought nothing of it. A lot good songs just go to waste. I never even thought about music, till that off chance that day I was up in Monaghan,
That's amazing.
And I'd done a song, and then we'd done a song with Paul, and it just took off from there.
That is amazing. Listen, well done on it all. Well done on all the success and with it, and also good luck with the Tumbling Paddies as well. They're a very talented bunch.
Yeah, they're a young band to watch out for now, and they've done a duet there with Derek Ryan, who, as I was saying, they've done a song there with Daniel O'Donnell and a couple of others called Mary from Dunlow. They've done a cover of it with Daniel in there, and they have another duet or 2 coming up, a few big names, and they have a great album, and they're a young band now. Anybody wants to come to see good native, real good music, they're the band to see.
That's excellent. Indeed. They do a good mix of folk and country and old traditional stuff, old traditional songs too that people like, It's great to see young ones and old ones singing the same old songs. Isn't it just?
No, that's the way it goes.
Andy, lovely to talk to you. Thanks a million for joining me.
Well, thanks very much, and love your show. I'll be tuned in often, and it's great to keep the country music and the Irish artists going. We appreciate your support, because only for DJs like yourself playing us, there'd be no music.